everybody, this is Monica with BodyCon Female Fit, and this is the first in a series of videos about exercises that you need to be able to do with full range of motion in order to burn more fat and calories so that you can lose weight and burn the fat faster. Okay, so let's get started with the most basic of all exercises, which is the squat. The squat is a great exercise for burning fat, but only when performed at a fast pace and with a full range of motion, and when progressed to more advanced movement patterns. So as you can see here, I'm taking my butt all the way down to my heels, and then I'm progressing to, a squat thrust or a squat to a spinal roll and jump. So there are many versions of this in my new ebook that's coming out in a couple of weeks. And in order for you to be able to do these more advanced fat burning exercises, you need to be able to do a full range of motion squat. Now there are two main reasons that women struggle with full range of motion squats and increased fat burning and calorie burning, and they are lack of flexibility in the entire posterior chain. That means that you have poor flexibility in the calves, you may have poor flexibility in the hamstrings, the glutes, and the low back, as well as the upper back. So poor flexibility in the posterior chain contributes to poor exercise technique, and that lowers your calorie burning, your fat burning, but worst of all, it can injure you. And this is one thing that a lot of people who are doing really intense fat loss workouts complain about all the time. Knee pain, back pain, hip pain. You don't want those things. You just want to be able to work out, burn fat, and not get hurt and be in pain. Now the best way to lengthen the entire back of the body is with dynamic flexibility exercises like the ones you're watching here. You can do these before your workouts and after your workouts. Now a lot of experts will tell you, oh, you need to hold stretches for 2 minutes, up to 2 minutes. That's not a good idea. Static stretching for most people doesn't work, especially if you're not naturally flexible or you haven't worked at flexibility for a long time. If your goal is just to burn fat and lose weight and get fit, then you're going to want to focus on dynamic stretching exercises, also known as dynamic flexibility or mobility. That is the best way to increase your range of motion so that you can get the most out of your fat burning workouts. Don't bother with holding stretches for prolonged periods of time unless you're into that sort of thing. You guys know from my previous videos that I love yoga. I spend anywhere from 20 minutes to up to 40 minutes stretching after a workout because I enjoy that. I like it. It gives me stress relief, but not everybody enjoys that. Most of my clients hate flexibility. They can't stand it. Most of them are not very flexible. Many of my clients are over 50 years old, so they're not into stretching, and they think that it is hard and that they're not going to be able to do it. And they're always shocked because many of them, they can't even touch their knees, but after they start doing some of the right types of stretching, they're shocked that they can actually put their hands on the ground, and some of them can even get their faces really close to their knees when they've never been able to do this before. So make sure that you're focusing on the right types of flexibility exercises. Static flexibility, not a good fit for most people. Make sure that you focus on dynamic flexibility. There's tons of books about it at the library if you don't want to spend the money buying guides or whatever. There's a really great one called Dynamic Stretching. I can't remember the name of the author, but it is an excellent book, and it has tons of options, especially for more athletic people. Now let's talk about the second reason that women struggle with full range of motion squats, and that is just weak quads, or really lack of muscular endurance in the quads or the front of the thighs. Now the best way to improve that is with static squats. I don't recommend that you do these during your fat burning workouts. This is something that you need to work on your days off or other days when you're doing other types of training. So you're just going to work on holding different squat positions for various lengths of time. You can do repetitions of really wide stance squats, which takes a lot of pressure off the knees, and it's a really great way, to improve your muscular endurance. Karate people do these all the time. They call them horse stance. We do them also in yoga. And these are actually good. You just need to focus on sinking down into those heels with your legs as wide as you can and holding for 10 seconds and then just repeating that 10 times. Or you can also go to the wall and work up to doing 90-second holds on the wall. Now, this is very unpleasant and it does burn, but you will start to get a lot stronger, and then you'll be able to do all kinds of things like jumping jack squats and jump lunges much more easily, and you're going to notice that your fat burn and your calorie burn goes way up, and that your weight loss and fat loss becomes more effortless. Anyways, I hope this video has been helpful and that the tips I've shared with you today help you burn more fat and calories so that you can lose the weight and burn the fat faster. If you need more help, full information and tips, be sure to visit bodyconfemalefit.com. I will be back very soon with another great video to help you with your fat burning workouts. Thank you so much for watching.